For those who did not know about SAREF, especially the 4.0 or its past edition, briefly can you share what it is about?
So SAREF is a 10-year thought leadership program, yeah, and we started in 2019. So it's a biennial program, and we started 2019. Then we had one in 2021 online, which was the COVID years. And then 23 we came back to BCCK, and so this is the 4th edition of the 10-year program. So the next one will be the 5th one, the last one. And basically it is a platform to bring energy leaders, policymakers and experts in the global energy and sustainability area to come together and basically discuss and talk about how we can drive transition to a sustainable and low carbon future. And also, how do we focus on the United Nations Sustainability Development Goal, or SDGs, together? Because I think we know that when you talk about energy transition, you can't do that alone. Nobody can do that alone. No country, no company. So this is like an ideal platform where we bring people together and basically discuss about what can we do to bring the region or country or the world towards a low carbon economy. But more importantly is what actions can we put in place to achieve that, other than just talks. So that's what SAREF is all about.
Given the success of past edition, what are your hopes for this edition, and what can the delegates as well as the observers expect?
Yeah, so when we first started in 2019, we one of the main target was to ensure that large hydropower is considered as a renewable energy source, because at the time Malaysia doesn't recognize it. And we also wanted to look at how we can improve the transportation sector in terms of reducing the carbon footprint. We want to look at circular economy, and we want to look at how we can embed sustainable development much more in the community. So we have quite achieved many of those, especially the large hydro is now being recognized as renewable energy in Malaysia, and it contributes towards Malaysia's NDCs. And when we look at the past 3 SAREF, we find that we are able to attract quite a number of renowned speakers and voices in clean energy and renewable energy sector. So I'm very hopeful that this 4.0 will move us even higher in terms of the impact, because we have many leaders around the world who's coming over in terms of participating in this forum, and that attracts a lot of attention from the region, even from all over the world, towards this conference, to make it a meaningful forum for discussion and discourse on renewable energy. Yeah?
What can the public expect from the discussion that will be held, and then especially the sessions featuring big names such as Dr. Ashok Khosla, Su Entan, and so on?
Yeah. So we are, to me, the key speakers we have is Yang Amat Berhormat, our Premier of Sarawak, who is going to share our Sarawak story about partnership in terms of our renewable energy journey, yeah, and how we can accelerate towards renewable energy future and also a developed state. Yeah, and we will also have our Yang Amat Berhormat Deputy Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Fadilah Yusof, who will talk about the national policy in energy transition and regional cooperation, and as well we're going to talk about interconnectivity. And we have many other renowned speakers like Naomi Hirose, who is chair of Impact at the World Energy Council. We have Mr. Eric Solheim, who is in the International Hydropower Association board member, and also former United Nations Environment Chief and advocate for green diplomacy. And you mentioned that Dr. Ashok Khosla, President of Hydropower Sustainability Alliance, and I think they will bring insights into utility scale clean energy transformation, and then we basically can turn SAREF into a strategic intersection of ideas, collaboration, and future-ready solution. So the key thing is how do we come up with solutions and ideas to overcome the challenges we have. Because going towards a low carbon future has many challenges. Cost is one of them, and the traction by some of the poorer countries is quite difficult because they have other priorities to look at. So how do we come up with solutions such that we're able, despite all these challenges, move towards that low carbon future? Yeah. So that's one thing that, to me, what the SAREF can deliver. And I hope that for the general population, they can see that there is a discussion on sustainability and how we as citizens of Sarawak or Malaysia, for example, can also contribute to a sustainable development, by doing many things like optimizing our use of energy, optimizing water usage, recycling our waste, for example. These are the kind of things that I hope that people can see that there is a discussion around that, and they want to be involved. Yeah.
So partnerships for our goals is the 17th UN Sustainable Development Goals, right? Yeah. What does this mean for you personally, and why was this chosen as the theme for SAREF 4.0?
So I've always believed that there are three important elements for energy transition. Number one is leaders must be bold and move quickly. Secondly, there must be effective collaboration and partnership. And number three, you must involve the business. Yeah. So basically, collaboration is key. So, and we know that nobody can do this alone, as I mentioned earlier on. So that's where this SAREF 4.0 and SAREF 5.0 later on as well is going to basically assist us to embed that collaboration and basically expand our network so that all of the region's leaders and policymakers are able to meet and say, this is what we need to do, because we need to have actions. Yeah, and even if we go to COP, from COP 21 to COP 28, 29, there have been a lot of discussions, but not much action. Yeah, so that's why globally we're not meeting the Paris 2.0 degrees centigrade because they just talk and no action. Yeah, so but what we can do, I mean, we may be just a small part of the global organization, but if we can start the discussion and we have concrete actions that we do on the ground, hopefully they can be replicated by other organizations, and then the whole region can transition, and hopefully the whole world can follow us as well. That's my hope.
What are the real world impacts that we can expect from this forum? And how does discussion foster collaboration in the future?
I mentioned earlier on that actually one of the key things is to have actions rather than words. And so one of the things that we do in SAREF 4.0 is this Adopt a Tree campaign, where Sarawak Energy has this 10-year program of planting 500,000 trees in Sarawak. So basically we want to plant and to protect, and we want to ensure that there is protection for habitat and whatnot. So by June 2025, we've planted 200,000 trees. So for this SAREF 4.0, each of the delegate will get an electronic certificate of this tree being planted. So basically, it gives a personal relation between the person attending SAREF and planting a tree. So it gives that notion that there is discussion around it. We have planned, but there is action on the ground by planting this tree. So that's part of the nature-based solution that we need to think about as well. And and one of the other things we are looking at as well as part of SAREF before is in terms of electrifying our transportation sector, so that we can take out the ICE vehicles slowly, and then we replace it with electric vehicles, either it's EV or hydrogen, right? And reduce the emission from the carbon emission from transportation sector, which can be between 20 to 25% of carbon emission in the economy. So you can see that in the past it's only 5 or 6 EVs in Kuching. Now there are probably thousands, and we don't have enough charging station even for that. So it shows that what we're doing is having real impact, out there. So I'm very proud that we're able to do that. And the other one is, of course, I've always said that there will be no transition without transmission or interconnection. So this SAREF 4.0 will be talking a lot about collaboration and interconnection between Borneo and Singapore, and between us and Sabah and Kalimantan. And if we can enhance that, advance that, we can help to share our renewable energy resources, green energy, with our partners, and we can help the whole region transition to a low carbon economy.
Looking forward, how do you see SAREF evolving in its next phase to continue driving practical impact and innovation in the region?
So today we have many, global recognized, global and regional voices in the clean energy and accessible energy space joining our conference, and we're able to attract them because this forum now has a brand of its own, and I hope that we will continue to improve branding of SAREF, and it will become like a global forum where people want to be seen, to be heard, right? And so I hope that the SAREF 5.0 and SAREF after that will be a global conference where everybody wants to be part of. And I think that will be a very big success for Sarawak if we can do that, and we make it bigger than today. And we are expanding BCCK, right? So next time we can have more exhibitions and bigger platform, and I think SAREF 3.0 was already very good conference, and even organization like IHA, I'm board member, the CEO was here and he was very impressed how we organize it, and he want to emulate that in what IHA is doing. So actually we have got a very good brand name already. So the challenge for us in the younger generation is how to make it better.
What role does SAREF 4.0 play in fostering talent development and nurturing the next generation of energy leaders?
Yeah, so we can see that youth engagement is very important for us, and we make it a critical part of this SAREF 4.0. And they are not just participants; they are our partner in sustainable development. And we have the youth pavilion, and together with Asia Center of Energy, we have the 5th edition of Youth Awards. And then we are giving a platform for the younger generation to basically showcase their ideas and their innovative ideas and their talents, and we are giving them the opportunity to basically interact with fellow youth, young people from various countries, Philippines, Brunei, and Semenanjung as well here. And on top of that, they have the opportunity to interact with global leaders, policymakers, and hopefully those people can be their mentor and develop them into real champion for renewable energy development, and which will be good for the career and good for the community as a whole. So it's not so SAREF engagement of youth is not about them participating, but investing in our youth as the future leaders, and who can bring us to even better performance in terms of sustainable development and green energy. I mean, to me, we want them to be inspired lah. Yeah.